Right, I'm going to make a video now on invoicing and PODs. You're never going to guess what I've just done. I've literally just recorded this whole video and I had my microphone on mute, so I just went to watch it back and there was no sound, so I'm starting all over again now. Before I start, I just want to say thanks to Jason Burke for giving me a shout out on YouTube. I do appreciate that, mate. Also, this hopefully will answer the question for Alan Foster. He wanted to know about doing invoices and PODs. So I've got an invoice in front of me now, which I'll go through bit by bit, and hopefully it'll make you understand the invoicing process a bit better. So this is just using Microsoft Word then. I've got a template off Google which I downloaded, and then I've filled in the relevant information within it. So you can see in bold letters it says invoice in the corner. So this top section then, top left section, this wants to be your details, your company details. So a bit of contact details at the top. So it's joeblogs.logistics@gmail.com. So that's his email. Mobile number, it's just a fake made up mobile number I've put in there, but obviously you'd put your own mobile number or your company number if you've got a work number. So that could be work phone, or you could have a work phone and mobile. I will say most of the information on this is just information I've made up for the demonstration purposes. So name of his company, Joe Blogs Limited, and then his address as well there. So this top section we've basically covered. That's your company details, contact information. So then we go below the header. We've got the date of the invoice being made, and then the invoice number. So I've just put invoice number 1. Hopefully, if you continue a good business, you'll get invoice number 2, 3, 4, and you'll keep going into the hundreds and carry on so forth. The address of the person you're invoicing, so their company name and address. And again, that's just made up. And so if we get down to this bit here, it's just a made up box. So it's the details basically. So what you did, what date you did it, how much you're pricing. So I added a few things in here just for demo purposes. Like I say, I'd done this on the last video, but here we are redoing it because I didn't have the sound on like an idiot. So this is a date of the work carried out. So you can see he's done the work a couple of days before the invoice date. At the top of the box it just says services, a courier service provided. You could have anything in there, delivery service provided. You could just have services provided if you wanted. So details, I've put collected 3 boxes from Manchester Depot, delivered to Nottingham Depot, £80 I've put there. And then some more details added in a bit later was waiting time added 30 minutes. You never know if you're going to get something like this. So £10 added on there, or maybe the company's asked for something extra from you, like an extra collection. So again, you've added it on. So by the time you've plus your 20% VAT, which is in this box, then you've got the total amount. If I've worked that out wrong, you'll have to correct me. I know not everyone uses VAT, so you could just leave that box blank if you don't use VAT. That's not a problem. I just put that there for demo purposes again. And then this is the important bit. So at the bottom of the invoice, you need your account information. This is so the company you're doing the work for, or your customer should I say, they know where to pay the money, where to pay your money. So you want your name as it's displayed on the card or on your account. You want your account number and your sort code. So when the customer gets your invoice, they look down, yeah, address, invoice number, yeah, work carried out, yep, the price is right, and then they see the account number at the bottom, and then they know where to pay you. And then I've just put a little message at the bottom, says thank you for your business. So yeah, that's basically an invoice. So what I would do after that is I'd go to File, I'd go to Save As, and then I'd just save it as invoice number 1, and I'd put it in a folder saying transport invoices, and then that keeps them all together. That'll keep them all safe as well for when you come to the end of your tax year. You've got all your invoices, so you've got the proof of the work you've done, etc, etc. So yeah, that's basically an invoice. I do email mine, but some people require you send a paper version. So you could do with a printer in that case, or have access to someone's printer. Some places won't pay you unless you receive a paper invoice. So it's always good to keep on top of that and all. Maybe buy a pack of envelopes and stamps. And yeah, that's about it for the invoice really. If there's any more questions on that, just leave it in the comments. I'll be happy to get back to you. So now we'll go on to the PODs. So basically, I just went on Amazon. Sorry, I went on Google. I do say Google it was. I typed in PODs. Here's one that's come up for Amazon. This is a perfect one to use if you ask me. It looks plenty big enough. It's got all the details on it that you need. So at the top here, you've got for the contact number, so it's who you're doing it for and their contact number. Job reference, so once they give you the job, the delivery job to do, there's usually a reference on the email or however they've sent it, yeah, so you put that reference number in there. I know if you're doing courier exchange work, there's usually a reference number and then the date. So in this top bit of the POD here, you'll do the collection address. So this wants to be filled out just before or when you're at the customer, because you're going to need to get the customer's signature on this POD. So you put in the collection address, so it could be, for instance, I don't know, Boots in Nottingham. The delivery address could be maybe a pharmacy in Birmingham, so you'd put that on there, all the contact details. Description of goods, maybe it's just 5 black boxes, you can't see what's in them, so you just put 5 black boxes. Or black boxes, sealed, and then you put the quantity 5. Collected by, so this is your details then, so you're going to print your own name, date it, sign it, and put the time. So when you arrive at the destination where you're delivering to, you want to get the customer or the person who's at the door collecting, you want to get their name printed, you want them to sign the paperwork, date and time, and then any notes at the bottom like waited 30 minutes for the gates to be open or anything like that. And the reason it's a triplicate book is because it'll go on to 3 pages, so maybe you'll keep a copy for yourself, give a copy to the customer, and maybe staple a copy to your invoice what you post. I know that's what a lot of people do. So yeah, that's basically a POD. Quite straightforward really, so you're using these when you're out on the job. There's a couple here, look, on Amazon, different kinds. So from what I can see, they're between £7 and £8. So it's not too much of a bad price. How many pages has that got? 50 sets, so you might want to get yourself a couple of books if you're doing like regular work. Yeah, so that's just a bit on invoicing and PODs. So I hope it's been helpful for you anyway. It's the first time I've made a video like this, so I hope I've not talked too quick or I've not been quite clear enough. But yeah, if you liked what you saw, please subscribe for more videos. Any comments or questions, I'll be happy to answer. And yeah, take care and look after yourself.